This is Fred, and he's got a twin. His name is George. Fred and George. Fred and George live here on Hillbilly Half Acre Homestead. They're free-range rabbits. They run around. They're just as happy and healthy as can be. They run around. What happened was, this was a litter that either these guys were either out of a litter that Eve or Velveteen had back in the spring, and something happened to them. Something stunted their growth. I don't know what happened, but these guys are, believe it or not, these guys are almost 6 months old. Okay? And they are small. So, they never got big enough where that they were worth the trouble to put in the freezer. And I just hated to keep them pinned up. And nobody, being bucks, nobody seemed to think that they would make a fine pet and what have you. So we decided we would just turn them loose and just let them see how they like living on the homestead as free-range rabbits, just kind of like the chickens and the ducks. And they're pretty smart rabbits. They stay within the confines of the area where Junior, our Great Pyrenees, can protect. They've been on their own. I thought they would just go wild. They've been on their own about a month. And I thought, like I said, I thought they would just go wild, but they come up, they follow me around. They follow Dana around when we come out to feed and water, when I'm out here breeding rabbits or doing this or that. They follow me around. I throw them a little handful of food on the ground here every once in a while, and they're smart. They don't let the chickens come up and take it away from them. They keep the chickens ran back and they'll eat it. Other than that, they pretty much live off of whatever they can find, and they're not having any trouble finding anything. These guys are just as fat as butter.
Here's Fred. Fred.
Yep.
Come here.
Yeah, I thought, well, you know, these guys, they're twins. And I thought, well, what? And I started thinking of names for twins, and naturally, I remembered Harry Potter.
Oh.
And so these guys, I didn't give them Weasley. Here, take it easy. And actually, I told you the names wrong. This guy,
George.
This guy's been staying in the rabbitry. This is George. This guy right here, this is Fred. He's been living over here on this side. And they just kind of do their own thing.
Get right.
But I thought they would just go wild. They're just as tame as can be. Austyn, walk right up. I mean, they don't like really being picked up and handled a whole lot naturally, but they don't just go crazy. He went over there. He had to kind of corner it and catch it, but they just don't go nuts and take off. Anyway,
I got a little scratch and that's all.
But yeah, these guys are pushing 6 months old. They should be a lot bigger than this, and so we thought, well, we'll just turn them loose and see what happens and see how they like living free range. We'd never had a free range rabbit before, and
now we got two.
Yeah, they hang out. They follow me around when I'm out here taking does back and forth to meet the bucks and what have you, and checking on this and that and whatever. There's been a couple times I've almost tripped over either Fred or George. I'd turn around and there they'd be right behind me, follow me around, and I'd almost trip on them. So I'm going to put George down. Oh, wait a minute. George needs to be over there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll hang on.
I'll put Fred down.
There he goes.
I think he goes in there sometimes and eat hay.
He might do
off the floor.
Well, good. He'll clean up some of that mess.
Yeah.
But anyway, Austyn it's just kind of a spur of the moment thing. Austyn thought you guys might like to meet Fred and George. But yeah, they're the twins, Fred and George. And hopefully, if you followed the entire series, the Harry Potter series, hopefully we don't have a Fred to end up the way the Fred did in the story. So far they're doing pretty good. They're just, they're small, but they're just as fat as butter.
Hey.
Anyway. Okay, we'll cut this video off. Just thought you might be interested in that. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, leave us a comment. Hey, share a video on your social media. You might have some other people that get a kick out of seeing Fred and George. Who knows? All right, y'all have a great day. God bless.